Okay, we showed you the Beckett burner, otherwise known as a gun burner, which works with electricity. Before they invented electricity, which would be in the 1800s, they used what the British call a Bunsen burner, which in America this is referred to as a blowtorch. I'm going to explain the principle of how the blowtorch works because that is exactly the same principle that was used in all the early steam cars. A vaporizing burner as opposed to a pressurized gun burner. So what you have is a little tank here, and you put white gas in it, or naphtha, and you fill it nearly full. Then there's a little air pump here, and you pump it up and down, and it pumps air into the top of this, so it's pressurized. So your gasoline is under pressure. Then you have, if this hadn't been sitting around for the last 50 years, you have a little throttle that you can turn to open and close a little needle type of valve which lets the gas come in. But what you do to start this is you want to heat the gasoline or naphtha so that it vaporizes, in essence boils. And so what you do is you've got this little trough here, and you pour a couple tablespoons of gasoline into here, light it with a match. Then the flame in here warms up this entire casting, which is an interesting bronze casting. And as you can see, the gasoline from inside here, there is a pipe from here goes to the bottom, so the gasoline is pressurized from the air pressure, comes up here, comes through this casting, gets heated up as it goes through here, and essentially boils, and the gasoline is vaporized, which is the same thing as boiling. And the gasoline comes back internally, there's some openings, comes back here, and then there is a little needle valve which very carefully modulates the amount of fumes that come, or vapor, that comes shooting out of the middle of this, going that way. You have this opening to air here, so the little jet of vaporized gasoline under pressure, whatever pressure, 20-30 psi you've worked up into this tank, pushes through here, draws in a bunch of air, comes through here, comes out here, gets lit. And so you will have a blue flame shooting out of this, and plumbers use this all the time to melt lead for their work, or any place a blowtorch or portable fire was needed, you had this called a Bunsen burner. And so the principle was, you take gasoline, you put it in a tank with compressed air on top, which is compressed at least originally with a hand-pumped pump. You then preheat everything so that the gasoline gets vaporized. The gasoline shoots out of a nice nozzle, incorporates a bunch of air, burns in here, flame comes out the end. It's a portable flame thing. And that was the way fires were made before they invented electricity. As you can see from the previous video, electricity worked quite easy if you have an electric motor which will drive a fan which pumps the air, drives an internal gear pump which pressurizes the fuel, runs it through a nozzle, which we will show later, then has a spark ignition. Well, all of those things involve electric motors, and back in olden times they did not have electric motors.